What's a low-effort job with a surprisingly high salary? You work in an office, but you're secretly on Reddit. I do admin work for the government. My pay is 55 kelvins. At best I get 5 emails a day with about 2 that actually concern me. No BS. My phone has rang about 20 times since June 1st. On a super busy day I have about 45 minutes worth of work to do. IT manager at a university. The techs know their jobs, their users, and manage their own schedules and workloads among themselves. Managers basically just have to rubber stamp timecards, confirm parts orders, and make sure the techs don't all take vacations at the same time. Owning a parking lot. I worked as a massage model at a massage school. My job was to lay there and be massaged for a few hours while the students did their lessons or took their exams. It was £30 an hour, which isn't loads, but better than the £10 an hour office job I had before. Edit. Just to clarify, this wasn't a full-time job. It was fairly casual, probably between 4 and 10 hours a week depending on how busy the school was that week, and only for maybe 3 or 4 months. Over the course of my many careers, I can confidently say that there's an inverse relationship between how taxing my work has been and how much I've gotten paid. The most gut-wrenching, physical and emotionally intensive labor was lowest paying. The highest paying was chilling out on some meetings and making comments every now and then on spreadsheets. I have some relatives that work for the U.S. federal government that often talk about jobs where they work in areas like accounting and project management that make over $100,000 and might on a busy day have as much as 2 hours of actual work. My aunt was talking about this one older woman near retirement that made over $120,000 a year and her only job was running some transactions every morning, which usually took no more than 20 minutes, then she would spend the rest of the day knitting at her desk. My next-door neighbor works in a power station. His job is to sit in front of a monitor and make sure everything is working well. If something goes wrong, he calls the appropriate workstation and they fix the problem. Because an alarm sounds if something is out of sync, which rarely happens, he is able to play games or read a book 99% of the time. He is on $150 per hour to basically play games and chill at work. Vanna White's job on Wheel of Fortune. She gets paid $4 million a year walking back and forth in 20 feet. As a closed captioner broadcaster for the news, I work from home. I set my own hours and earn anything from $50 to $70 per hour, depending on the assignment. It takes a lot of money to get started, but the payoff is well worth it. In Australia, lollipop ladies can earn up to $3,000 per week for flipping a slow stop sign for traffic at roadside construction site and just generally existing as eye candy. The boredom, overtime and risk of death, injury kind of makes up for it. International pilot. I make $200,000 a year as a widebody first officer. None of the decisions fall to me. I fly one leg to Europe. I get a couple-hour nap on each leg. I get 24-48 hours in a cool city. Then I fly one leg home, couple-hour nap again on the way home. When I'm home there is nothing I could conceivably do for work, so I just get to enjoy my many days off. Don't get me wrong, the training was intense, but man, my job now is stupid easy. My job. The bulk of my job is essentially helping ICU nurses get through annual basic life support. Now that it's all on computerized dummies, I basically just click the link for them, adjust hand position now and then and sit back. I watched Jurassic Park today because everyone is up to date. I make $120,000. I had a job like this. I got paid $28 an hour working as an administrative assistant in a high school. It takes like 15 minutes to input grades and send truancy letters. Answering phone calls always resorts to just transferring them to the principal or school nurse. Literally nothing to do. I left the job because there's no work in the summer, school is closed, and honestly, the environment was toxic. When you have that much free time at work, people want to start talking about their personal lives, and I don't like to talk about mine to my toxic coworkers. So I left. This job was the definition of money doesn't buy happiness. Living in the same city as Mr. Beast. School board members. Don't know about other places, but school board members at my school, public school, made well over €5,000 a month, well above the average. All the board ever did was create shitty rules and then remove them. They always acted so damn busy when everyone knew they drank coffee while surfing Facebook the entire day. A school member's husband even said that, so you know it's true. Till most of Reddit, active users, is made up of bored old people with easy boring jobs. Business intelligence, data analyst. Do you know how to use Excel? Can you write basically SQL? Are you able to express yourself clearly and deal with getting variations of the same 10 questions for the rest of your career? Congrats, welcome to making 100K. This whole thread just goes to show, if all the employers were less obsessed with people looking busy and more concerned with shit getting done, we'd all be home by 3 p.m. and making decent money. As a facilities manager, I don't do a lot of work and I get a decent pay, but I am not paid for the work, I am paid for the safety and responsibility of the building and the lives within it. What is extremely hard to resist? Procrastinating. Picking up tongs and not clicking them together. Gravity. The sudden urge to sneeze. Peeing while pooping. Scratching an itchy spot. Notably mosquito bites. That Home Alone fap when you know you got time. A few more minutes of video games at 1 a.m. Eating just one of anything, Pringles, Oreos, etc. Arrest. Getting another plate at a buffet. Sugar. I've stopped eat anything with processed sugar. For the first month I felt like a crack addict. One more episode. Popping bubble wrap. The board. Chocolate. Insecurities. That last noodle in the spaghettias can just by the rim. Breathing. Garlic bread.